All right. Anyway, so I got a request from Alex in Australia. Hello, Down Under. We appreciate you, Aussies, doing your thing down there that you do. And he had a question about Forex, and I'm going to abbreviate his email. I'm only going to read part of it. I do like to read it while recording, so I refresh my memory exactly what it was. For some time now, I've been researching and thinking about what would be the best business to have on the side from my regular job. It should be what you enjoy. That's truthfully what it should be. So don't foreign exchange trading is boring, but that's an aside. A business that will allow me to make time for it, but also keep my current job apart from selling something on eBay. The other, much more preferred option for me is to trade currencies on the Forex market. I'm very good with the maths and have an affinity to follow politics, economics, world business, news on a regular basis and analyze these events in order to predict possible future events and scenarios. Also, the amount of money I would need to start up an account does not need to be significant. Anywhere from several $100s would be okay, but of course, the more I have on the account, the more I would have to trade with. This is nowhere near the amount you need to start regular business these days. So it's capital investment, which is a very good observation. Like, you don't to start a bar or to start a real business, you have to have real capital. But if you're going to leverage it with Forex trading, let's say, as you are an economist, I am, and a banker, I gotta have a soul. I can't be a banker because I actually have a penis, and it's good and girthful and legitimate, and it pleases women, and I don't need to lie about it, so I can't be a banker. I'm sorry. Bankers are soulless, penisless, faggoty yutzes. No offense to gay people. I'm just using it as the derogatory term of faggoty. Yeah, bankers are like fucking pathetic scum. Could you please do a video on this topic, Forex trading, and advise on how to get started in Forex trading, where a person can learn, and what would be the best path to learning Forex trading? What are the do's? What are, or, good Lord, people, right? What are, or, I'm going to read it literally. I'm going to, what are or who does the best courses on Forex trading, in your opinion? But we appreciate it. Okay, here's the deal. I'm not a Forex expert. I have traded in foreign currencies, and I do know in trading foreign currencies that it does take a fair amount of education and training, because there's things like, it's not like you just like, oh, I got dollars, I want to buy Australian dollars, I want to buy Singaporean dollars, I want to buy Chinese yuan. You have to short your currency against the other. You have to know what the trading pair is and all that. So the number one thing you have to do is educate yourself on foreign exchange. Now, there are many companies, places online that will train you for a price, for a fee, and that fee is probably worth paying for, because you could stand to lose a lot of money. So, not just so that you know what you're doing, but spend some good money on a good trading course. What trading courses are out there? I am being a hypocrite right now because I've never taken any. I taught myself online, and I was very astute and diligent in what I learned. You can really, I'm not joking. If you don't understand how pairs work, you can make the wrong investment on the right trade, and because you mixed it up slightly because you didn't understand dollars to yen or yen to euros, you did the opposite of the trade that you wanted to do. So I would say definitely spend several $1,000s, not $10,000, but $2 or $3 grand, if you're really serious about trading currency, on a very good currency trading course. What that is, I don't know, because like I said before, I taught myself, and I was very hard on myself to make sure I exactly knew what was being said and traded. So when I went online and started trading, I knew what I was doing. Now here's the real risk that you face with online trading. I went with Oanda. I don't recommend Oanda. And their execution is great, their platform is great, everything's wonderful. until you decide to cash out your position, like, here's a 6% commission, chop, shank. Like, if you had, not to be crass, an 8-inch dick, and they decide, we're taking an inch and a half off, now you got a regular size dick. And that's kind of what Oanda does. So I would avoid Oanda. What online currency trading companies are out there, I don't know. I really don't that I could recommend, but I do definitely not recommend Oanda. I don't go with them. Now, getting back to the original point, though, the largest risk you're going to have with currency trading is that it is, let's say you're a noob like I was, you get into a currency trade. I don't like the dollar. I'd like to diversify out of the dollar. And you say, I'm going to go with some Norwegian kroners because they're backed by oil. I'm going to go with the Swiss francs because they're backed by people that fucking work for a living. Whatever, you just want to get out of the US dollar. The first thing you're going to run into is this idea of leverage. And leverage is and they're righteously correct in using leverage. And you say, well, what's leverage? Leverage is the use of debt. So, making things very simple, I deposit $1,000 with my online, we'll use Oanda. I have $1,000 with Oanda. Oanda says, hey, cool, you got $1,000, we'll allow you to trade $10,000 worth of currency, $100,000 worth of currency, $300,000 worth of currency. And I was kind of like, whoa, I naively so, I just want to take my $1,000 and convert it into Norwegian kroners or Swiss francs. But that's not how the currency trading world works. The currency trading world operates on the concept of leverage, that you deposit a certain amount of money, and then that gives you cachet, like a trust, with the casino that you're about to gamble with. And the casino says, I see you deposit, I'm simplifying this to make it more palatable to sane people's brains. I see you deposited $10,000. That is an admission of faith. That is a step forward, and we trust that. So, since you deposited $10,000, we will grant you $100,000, $1 million, $3 million worth of credit in our little casino currency exchange thing. So, when you sign up for an online trading account, they'll say, what leverage ratio do you want? And I'm like, I mean, again, stupid naive guy, I just wanted to buy $1,000 worth of Norwegian kroners. You can't do that. They say, well, you have to have at least a 10-to-1 ratio. So you have to trade at 10-to-1 minimum. So you put down $1,000. Now you're allowed to buy, short, sell $10,000 minimum of various currencies. So then you have to short dollars against kroners, and then you have to take the right position, make sure you're going to bet the right way. This is where that trading comes in. But that is the largest concern right there, is that you're getting more than you believe. You're getting more than you bargained for. Here's my $10,000. I'd like to buy some Norwegian kroners. Oh, well then at minimum, multiply by 10, you're $100,000 into the game. And that's where the real risk comes in. Because if you bet the wrong way and it goes down, you get a margin call and you're just like, I just wanted $10,000. So, the larger point with currency trading, if you're looking merely to shore up your position or take a hedge, like buy an insurance policy against a collapsing, in your case, Aussie dollar, I would not even bother with foreign exchange. I would just get some silver or gold and go with that. It's much more simple. It's not as complicated. It's there in your hand, and there you go. But if you were really interested in foreign exchange trading, and you really did want to, this is the business model, and you want to make money on it, and you don't have that much capital, yes, that's exactly the business model you want, because you could go start a bar, you could go start a restaurant, you could go start a fashion boutique, which is almost having a 100% guarantee of failure. But with currency trading, they will give you leverage. and I think it was a one that they gave you 30 to 1 at them, or maybe even 50 to 1, like 50 to 1 max. And it's like, yeah, but that's a huge risk. So in your particular case, yeah, if you're that savvy on me, if you think you're that savvy, hey, Mac, who am I to argue with you? You go ahead and do whatever you want. Boy, I don't think I want to be trading at 51 leverage. I really don't, because you put $1,000 down, that's 50,000. No, 50. Yeah, 50,000. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was 300 to 1. They think it even had 1,000 to 1. Matter of fact, I'd have to look it up, but they'll give you way more leverage than you really ought to have. Anyway, this reemphasizes the point that you really should take a full course class. Spend several $1,000s on learning exactly what you're getting yourself into. Because they'll give you more power than you really ought to have. Especially with that leverage. So, yes, your idea of, well, I'm going to leverage it, I don't have that much capital, I'm pretty good and savvy with the markets. Hey, I understand, yeah, it's easier to predict economies than it is individual companies. But truly do realize the risk you're taking on, truly do realize the nature of general currency trading. It's always leverage. And please take several classes on currency and foreign exchange or forex trading, because it is not something the rookie kid can come walking off the street. I mean, now, I am not your average rookie kid. I taught myself. I was self-taught about currency exchange, currency trading. Maybe you could do it yourself. But the time and energy, you really do want to take a class on foreign currency and exchange. So hopefully that answered your questions, and and we taught some other people some lessons. But yeah, foreign currency exchange, it's not like you just go, here's my dollar, please give me $1 Canadian. It's way more complicated than that if you want to get into it. So hopefully that'll help everybody out. Toodles.